Mark, Myra, and Shane Allen here. Welcome to the Interlude Podcast. Shane, hello.
Hi, Mark Myra. How are you?
Shane's a big puppy now. He's a big old puppy.
That's right. I'm the fattest motherfucker in the whole world.
Shane just had a baby.
Yep. Son number two is here. Luther Carl Allen has just joined the planet. You're welcome, everybody. Another white guy from Penfield.
Another Luther. How
Yeah.
many Luthers can we take?
It's Martin.
Martin,
That was it.
the one of the presidents,
Uh-huh.
um, the bad guy in Superman.
Lex Luthor. Yeah, that's a good one. All all not first names, by the way.
All the people we mentioned, Superman hates.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Martin Luther, the other one, the Protestant one.
So people have been asking us where the name came from. Is it a family name? It is not. It is named after the park that ruined Jeremy Capple's career.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Never forget, hashtag. Well,
but
how
never
was
forgive.
so it's been a week, right? He's a week old.
Yeah, a little over a week.
You're already podcasting. Wow. Okay. Wow.
It's called being a good father.
Yeah.
Uh, Listen, we got subscribers. They demand the content. They don't care about my child,
hmm
right? And I need the money, so we need to get back to work as soon as possible here. So
Um, if this is your first time listening, Shane and I go through the biggest Rochester stories of the week. We're going to get to those. We also have a Patreon side of the episode where you get a longer podcast, an earlier podcast. It's patreon.com/interloop podcast. Shane, question: are the Rock Cinema open mics still happening on Wednesdays and the showcase on Fridays? With you
they
being
are.
gone with child?
Yes, this month, good news is in stepping in. He is in charge of everything. We have a different guest host every single Wednesday, but it's still going on. Rock Cinema. Go check it out Wednesday nights, 8:30. Throw your name in the bucket if you want to try to get on stage, get 4 minutes, possibly get in the showcase. It happens at the end of every single month. This month, no exception. Good News is hosting. We have the very funny Cindy Arena and Tori Hosier so far, but we'll be adding some more vendors to the lineup, so you can get those tickets for just $10. RockCinema.com.
All right. All right, should we get to some news?
Some news we could use.
You said it last time. You little scoundrel.
We need it.
I'm surprised that you look so well kempt for having a baby at the house.
I am losing my fucking
What's
mind.
happening? What's wrong? What's this
I'm
baby doing? Does he have colic? Does he have a colic?
No, he's fine. He's gonna have colics for sure because I've got look at my hair.
Yeah.
It's all I've got. He's fine. I mean, we're up a lot. He's a newborn, so he needs to eat and shit and cry and all that stuff. But it's just like I haven't worked in a week and a half now. And you know me, I've always had 20 jobs at one
hmm
time. So like coming to a complete standstill, it's just like, dear God, I'm losing it hardcore over here.
I know. So I kind of not with you. I mean, you have the newborn baby you're dealing with, but when we got laid off, if I might bring back 5 years ago, from when
Please.
this all started, when we got laid off from the zone, and it was in the middle of a pandemic, and we were getting those free checks, right? We were getting that unemployment, but a couple extra like few $100 each week with it. And also, I wasn't paying my mortgage because I got to delay the mortgage during COVID. And also, we were just randomly getting like chunks of like 4K dropped into the bank account. Dude, I was so relaxed. I was, I was running daily. I was investing in Robinhood stock, crypto, Dogecoin. It was maybe the greatest time of my life.
Living your best life.
Yeah. Yeah. I
This
just,
this this does have that feeling of like quarantine for me,
yeah.
where it's like I reorganized my garage.
Wow. Look
You
at
know what I
you.
mean?
Yeah.
That's not a sign of somebody that's in good mental health, right? That's if you see somebody with an organized garage, Sandra Dorley. Um,
It's
fucking lunatic, dude.
dude, that is honestly the thing. Like during COVID, there was my friends that were, not taking it great, like the quarantine thing. And those friends, in hindsight, like it sounded like they were having an amazing life. Like
Hmm.
I talked to a friend and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I took like a 3 hour walk and I whipped out the acoustic guitar. I haven't played it in years, and I made a song and also made a sourdough bread loaf." And you're like, "Wait, this all sounds healthy, but it's like you are screaming for help, my friend."
Yes, these are all activities you do when you're just trying to quiet the voices. You know what I mean?
Everybody, like my friend, legit, just out of nowhere, he was making these loaves of bread that had artisanal cuts that looked like leaves in them. I'm like, wait,
Bro, Mark, this is
it's
a bad time for me to tell you I've got a bread maker.
just like, dude, this was a guy that was just shoving hot pockets down his gullet, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden you're baking.
yeah. A bread maker should come with a suicide hotline
Yeah.
packet. So I'll send you some focaccia.
Ooh, speaking of um Mark, I don't know. Anyways, speaking of
Sick
focaccia,
transition.
I'm gonna be in a brand new commercial just shot over the weekend, Shane. Have you ever heard of a little place in the South Wedge called Pizza Wizard?
Oh shit, dude.
Woohoo, I'm gonna be the new Pizza Wizard commercial, baby.
You ever got the collab with the Pizza Wizard?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, that's some real clout, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you ever seen a Pizza Wizard commercial, but there's this big wizard mascot in it. Got to see the wizard, got to hang out with the wizard for a little bit. I mostly get to
I
do this because my brother makes the commercials.
was gonna say, yeah. They does a good job with them.
Yeah.
Is it
No, they're pretty
Eric?
funny. Eric, yeah, they make some pretty funny commercials.
Dude, Pizza Wizard is phenomenal. Their
It
whole
really
vibe.
is good.
The marketing is fantastic. The pizza is good. Like and when they're that good at like marketing and like making things look good on the website and all that stuff, I'm like, oh God, this pizza's gonna be dog shit. They're
Yeah.
trying to cover something up. The pizza's insane. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, I got to so my the whole bit, I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. No, nobody, I'm not like spoiling a Pizza Wizard commercial. It's one that's going to air
Don't
during.
you fucking dare, Mark. It's all I've got. I've watched all of it, everything else, and while I'm sitting at home with my baby, I've been waiting for this Pizza Wizard drop.
Yeah.
Fucking spoil this.
So the whole thing is like we're playing like flag football or whatever, and then the Pizza Wizard shows up and does like crazy things or something during the commercial. And
Hmm.
I think it's supposed to air during football games, like on Sundays. And a bunch of my brother was there, and a bunch of his friends were there. And Shane, you know me, I'm not like an athletic person,
No.
right? But when I was a child, when I was a young baby boy, I played like 5 years of football. I played baseball. I know how to like catch and throw a ball, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my brother's like, Mark, you're gonna have to be the quarterback during this commercial because the other people never played any sports as children. And seeing them try to even like again, I'm not good. I can just literally catch a ball, right? I could like, oh, ball's coming, I can catch it. These were people in their 30s and 40s, and it was like watching a baby deer walk for the first time,
Yeah.
trying to catch a ball.
Very nice. I
Um,
look forward to it.
yeah. Well, I don't think I'll. We'll. I think it'll be posted online. I just can't possibly see a way that I'm going to see it on TV. That's all. There's no way I'm seeing this on TV.
Now I gotta step up my game. If you're gonna be with the Wizard, I feel
Yeah.
like I gotta shoehorn myself into like a Mark's Pizzeria coupon or like a coupon.
A coup.
Not even a commercial.
You should
A
to see your
coupon.
face on a coupon.
Yes.
Um, all right. Well, speaking of football, let's get into some Rochester news. We had the Buffalo Bills um
Held
taking
to a
on the
Tonga
Miami
by law.
Dolphins. Um, and how do you say his last name? Tua Tagovailoa.
Hug on my areolas. The man is probably dead. We probably shouldn't talk about him like this.
The Bills.
Aren't you a Dolphins guy?
I mean, as a child, I liked the Dolphins. In recent years, I've made an effort to care more about the Bills just because I'm a sellout and I feel like I have to talk about them on the radio.
Sure.
I never cared about that stuff any before, but now that everybody in the building does it, it's like I guess I should at least know what's going on. So
Yeah.
yeah, when I was a child, like Dan Marino was an Ace Ventura pet detective. Yeah, I was a Dolphins fan. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Tua got knocked unconscious by Damar Hamlin, who
Yeah. By his
transferred
heart.
the death curse over.
They fixed up his heart so good it almost killed a man. That's
Tua.
dude's got superpowers now.
What I don't get is why people are like why people think he's going to retire. He's not going to retire. Tua's not going to retire. Damar Hamlin is still playing. Damar Hamlin died on the field, and for days people were like, "Is he going to make it?" And he's still playing. I get that Tua's like this is like fourth concussion by the Buffalo Bills. It's not happening. He's gonna play. He's gonna murder his family 10 years from now. It's fine. It's called football, baby.
It all comes down to the contract, right? Like everybody, it has nothing to do with their health or their family. They always say like, "Oh, it's his family." No, what it comes down to is the contract. And from what I understand with his contract, is he can, if he goes to this concussion specialist, which is what he's going to, and they deem him, they tell him like, "You cannot play football ever again, or you'll die." He gets some guaranteed money, but if they clear him, then he doesn't get the full allotment or the majority of his contract. Like he just got a big contract
Mhm.
extension this year that he's trying to pick up. It's not like Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson fully guaranteed contract because he is so good at molesting and raping women that they're like, we gotta
We
give
got
him
it.
all of the cash up front. What could possibly happen? Another story coming up
And
later?
another, and another. Yeah.
Insane. But nobody has ever done that since. And so, yeah, Tua doesn't have that contract. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. He
Well,
probably shouldn't. He's got a bad brain, but that's what also makes him a good football player.
but that's also the problem. You're expecting somebody with a bad brain to make a good decision. The worse his brain gets, the longer he's gonna play.
100%.
No, yeah, yeah. It's like something where if that person goes like, "Oh, you're good to play," and he retires, he doesn't get a ton of it. He'll only get a little bit of the money.
It comes down to money. If the Dolphins were like serious about players' health, they would pay him to stop playing. They'd be like, listen, we messed up. Please. We cannot, as a fan, as a team, put you out there. Yeah. It's a that it's amazing. I think like maybe Bills fans still get this way, but like I remember like when Damar Hamlin first came back, those first games were like, oh my God, every time he got hit a little bit or hit somebody, I was like, oh no,
Yeah, we're
is
gonna
he
watch the man die,
okay?
double die. Yeah,
Got over that pretty quickly. Tua though, it's like that's that's all the time, always. You can't ever forget about that. That like even the lightest like the if the breeze is wrong, his brain could curl
freezes
over
him.
and
Yeah.
he's like, his wrists are turning back and
Uh,
I've been sending that Tua video out to my wife and being like, this is what I want to look like in bed right here, just fully curled,
oh, that'd
a
be a
whole
good.
team of like volunteers coming out to see if I'm okay afterwards. That's what I We're not having sex right now, obviously. She just had a
Aw, well,
child.
yeah. Does she have the little thing to? Never mind. You know what? We don't have to bring in Elena's vagina. I think if she had the little enema bottle to clean up her pooper.
100% got that. It is sitting right. It's sitting on our bathtub.
So if you don't know what it is, if you've never had a lady in your house that has just given birth, or if I guess ladies can listen to this podcast in theory, if you as a lady have
I don't know why they'd want to.
have never gotten pregnant. They give you this little douching bottle, a little enema bottle to spray your cooter in your ass for every time you take a shit and a piss because it's too tender down there to wipe. Lily loved it, and Lily used it way past the time she needed to use it. Way like she was still using it pretty deep into her vagina being quite all right.
Get that lady a freaking bidet, you know? Um, my wife used the one from the hospital for a while. Actually, she started using it to clean our first child in the tub with, because she noticed that she could get some spray action into my child's face and hair. And I was like, listen, there's some residual drips that went out of that bottle that I'm not okay with getting into his eyes. But she's like, I think I know better. And I was like, you're right. But she enjoyed it so much, she actually got the upgraded model. She went to the internet, and this thing, it looks like something out of like a Super Mario power up.
Oh
Like it's
no.
got pipes and levers to
She
it.
got the super gusher 7,000. She's in bed for 9 hours banging her bean with
I'm pretty sure this is
pulsating
what
water.
Middle Eastern countries use to declitterize women. Like this is the pressure that this thing is pushing out. Dear Lord,
Jeez.
she'll never feel anything ever again. My wife, like, how could I possibly compare to this thing? My wife's spraying down her vagina like she is a her vagina is a black person in the 50s. And I'm
Oh
like,
boy.
Mark, I am
She's
losing my mind over
she's
here.
sticking the dogs on it.
Everything I say in this podcast should be edited out. I have no sleep.
How did the dog react to the infant? Doesn't want
Dog
to chew
just
on it or anything, right?
Dog just got back. Dog just got back. Had an extended vacation with the in-laws. Came home, so now we got all three of the boys back in the house, and the
Nice.
dog doesn't give a shit. Dog's got a limp. It's probably got arthritis. My
Oh
wife just
no.
wants it dead. So
Oh,
this is.
good.
I keep on telling him like, dude, you gotta hide that limp better. You really gotta hide that limp. She's gonna kill you. So why don't you sit down on the couch here with me, buddy? Yeah.
Where'd the limp come from? You
He's
really think it's
just.
arthritis?
I think he's just old. Yeah, just an old dog.
I keep on thinking your dog's young, but I guess you have had him for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Speaking of animals, I went to the zoo over the weekend with the kids, and I think the Seneca Park Zoo needs to have OSHA called on them. Okay. We went to go see all the sad animals at the zoo. We're going through, we're pointing at the sad animals. Look how sad they are. Isn't this fun? We go to the wolves. Hey, wolves, you look sad. Go to the tiger. Hey, tiger, you look sad. The people look sad, and we're just walking around, and then we're doing because because basically the zoo is a fairway. Yep, bringing in the golf talk or a Gaza Strip, bringing in the Israel talk. It's a strip of Gaza, and you go down and you you see the giraffes at the end, and then you turn back around and you take a second lap, right? So we're walking back, and I see the wolves, and the wolves are acting a little more wolfy than usual. You can tell they're like amped up about something, you
Hmm.
know?
They're pacing around.
Pacing. They're pacing. And look, they're always pacing, but they're pacing with a little more vigor this time. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pacing, pacing. It's like, what is happening with the wolves? Did they throw a cheeseburger in there? Like they're going friggin' nuts in there, right? And I look and I see something moving in the wolf cage. Now there's two wolves. I can see the two wolves, and then I'm seeing something else move. And I'm like, what is in that cage? Two zoo employees just in the wolf enclosure scooping up poop, Shane.
Oh.
Like just poop, poop scooping. No big deal. Nobody's got like a Harambe tranquilizer gun. They're just scooping poop. Which either these are not wolves and you've just tricked us. These are Doberman and you're pretending they're wolves, or these people are absolutely insane. I
Hmm.
feel like if the Mr. Zookeeper was like, get in there and scoop some poop, I'd be like, no, thank you. Right? Put them in a crate and then I'll go scoop the poop.
I guess I never thought about the getting rid of the shit of these animals. Like I understand like you got to do something with the elephant shit. It's the size of a Kia. But the dog like the wolf's poop, I just thought that, like, that kind of just melted away with the the rain.
I guess, but they're also, I mean, it's sad how small of an enclosure it is. So it's not like they can get away from their poop, you know? If you had two dogs in a yard for a week, it'd be full of crap if you didn't clean it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's true.
doesn't it seem like they should have like a place where the wolves go and then the zookeepers would come in? I didn't know that you had the balls to go in with the freaking wolves.
There is like they have like a separate part in the back because there's like been a few kid there and there's like, oh look, no, they're just in that back part. Yeah, that is weird. They must not be a ferocious wolf.
I don't know, man. Like everything, I'm just reading crap that pit bulls are doing, and it's like I feel like a wolf is a more intense pit bull.
Mhm.
But what if it? I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say like they had to be dressed up as wolves or something like how the they have to get pandas to fuck. It's just like two zookeepers dressed as pandas having weird like fellation each other in panda costumes.
Get them interested.
Like if you're a zookeeper in Japan, right? That's where
Yeah,
they're from.
China.
China. Damn it. The sleep deprivation is just really
It's making it
it's
more
got
racist.
the racism through the roof, God. Maybe Donald Trump just needs sleep, is what I'm saying. But if you are a zookeeper in China, you're also a furry. Like there's no,
Yeah.
yeah, the Venn diagram is just a full circle, a
All right.
perfect circle.
Any other any other news? Rochester news?
Got tons of it, Mark. We're
Let's
loaded
hear it.
up today. We're loaded
Yeah.
up today. This is not a new story, but it's new to me because I've been out of the game. I'm sure that you've talked about it with your friends and family. The Pirate Toy Fund pirate statue
Oh, they got stolen. Yeah, and returned.
stolen and returned
Yeah.
with a note.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So if you have not heard the story, the quick spark notes of it, there's a little pirate statue about, I don't know, 4 feet high.
Yeah.
It's out. It was in Ogden,
Yeah, like
right?
Spencerport, Ogden area. Yeah.
That's where they have like a little office space. If you've never heard of the Pirate Toy Fund, they collect a bunch of toys and give it to sick kids. That's their whole thing. The Interloop's done stuff with them. They do stuff with everybody because it's a good cause. Uh, R.I.P. to Gary the Happy Pirate, who started the whole thing. Anyways, the statue's outside of the building, and some guy rolls up with a pickup truck and just picks it up and puts it in the back of his truck, which
Yeah.
is marked as a firefighting truck, which adds another layer to the story. Everybody upset. Pirate Toy Fund putting out, like, hey, if you know who this guy is or whatever, let us know. We'd like the statue back. It then got returned, and I have the apology note that was taped to it. I truly apologize for taking the pirate statue. I truly was unaware the pirate had any meaning. Thought it was being left out to be discarded. I was shocked to learn of its purpose as I thought it was being thrown out. Please accept my apologies for this misunderstanding. I am glad this matter was able to be resolved. Couple of things here. It's not resolved. You can't, this is not done. You can't say that as the thief. You can't be like, well, I guess case is closed. Like, no, no, no. Even the Pirate Toy Fund in like the news article I saw, they were like, listen, we're still looking for this person. And they said it in the nicest way. Like, I don't know who the organizer, but he was like, yeah, we're still looking for this guy and we want to get him the help he needs so this doesn't happen again, which means like we want him arrested and out of public.
Well, case
That's
closed, guys. Nobody look any
glad
further.
glad this is could be. Ooh, let's wash our hands of
Resolved.
this one.
Yeah. Whoopsies. I guess we all made mistakes here. And
I
I'm
mean,
glad we could all get over it.
how was I to know that this statue that was 1 foot away from a building clearly marked the Pirate Toy Fund meant anything to anybody?
Did you
I always put all of my trash that's gonna be thrown out just right next to my front door.
did,
Excuse me.
did you see the actual note?
Yeah,
Beautiful penmanship.
it feels a lot like a note that a mom wrote for somebody's, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yes, this was this kid's mom.
100%.
Uh,
This kid showed up like how I would show up as a kid at my parents' house with road cones that I stole from all over Webster.
I did the same crap.
What is
Right.
it about boys and road cones?
Well, ours was we have like woods behind my parents' house, and we'd play paintball back there, and that
Hmm.
wasn't good enough for us. We also wanted barricades. So we took my mom's van and we went and not that this is stealing, we took a broken hot water heater off of someone's front lawn that they were tossing out. We took like like a road a blocked road thing with flashing hazard lights and we brought that to my mom's house, which I feel like it was telling people not to go down a certain road. It's like
Sure.
stealing a stop sign. And my
Yeah.
mom's just like, what the fuck are we doing here?
It just says like caution road washed out.
Yeah. I do love where like his note where he's not like fully fully admitting that he did it all wrong. Like it reminds me, it's what I used to do as a kid, where it's like as a kid you I don't know, me and my friend we'd pretend we were wrestling and I ripped my shirt like I'm Hulk Hogan, right? So I ripped my shirt all the way down to my navel, and then when my mom saw it and she asked me about it, I did that thing where it's like you have to tell the truth. Where just like, well, I ripped it a little, but I don't know how it got that ripped. Like, oh yeah, Mark, you ripped it a little, and then just out of nowhere, a strange man came and ripped it the rest of the way down.
Listen, I just went after business hours to go and take some your trash. I'm always just sticking random trash in my clearly marked firefighter truck. So,
Yeah,
case closed.
that must just be a way to get like a cheap truck, right? Like that was like a firehouse's truck, and then they painted over it, but not good enough.
You would think so. You would think that the fire department, whatever, would know this truck, know this guy, and would try to separate themselves from the story. So, yeah, you'd have to hope that's just a repurposed fire truck. That's, I don't know.
Did we tell the story? Oh man, I don't know if we had a podcast that week. Did we tell we told the story of the poop casserole, right?
I think we did.
Okay.
I can't remember.
All right. I've just been thinking about that a lot. All right. Either way, got another Rochester story here, Shane. Let me pull it up. A story of everybody's okay in the situation, but a Rochester man last weekend was shot by his own 3-year-old child
Three.
in yeah inside of his own car. Apparently, the kid or the guy just had like a loose gun jangling around the back of his car,
Hmm.
and the 3-year-old grabbed it and it shot through his torso. The bullet shot completely through his torso. He survived. He's good, but also he should probably be arrested, right?
100%.
Your 3-year-old's got a gun.
Loose gun. 3-year-old in the car also loose?
Yeah, I don't. How did the 3-year-old get
Was
the gun?
was the car in motion?
Yeah, yeah, he was driving.
So this is a loose 3-year-old?
I'm
Listen,
thinking.
like dude, I'm fully anti car seat at this point. So I appreciate this man's style of just a loose toddler in the back, but that's a criminal offense all in itself.
Speaking of anti car seat, Shane,
Is it one of those things where you do as a dad where like the kids like rah, 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 talking behind you and they're just like, "Ah, give me something, give me a snack." And like, I don't have fucking snacks in the car. And he just hands them the gun. Like,
Guys.
just take this. Shut the fuck up. Just take it. What is this, Daddy? What does this say? It's a safety.
See,
It's a safety. Oh yeah, click
open
it.
up, you pussy.
Do
Um,
it.
speaking of anti-car seats, so my daughter, she's 10. Yeah, she's 10. She's out of the car seat. My 9-year-old son, though, Lily's not letting out of the car seat yet, even though he weighs more than my daughter. And we're reading him books. We're reading him puberty books right now about how he's going to start getting his fuck on. I just I if we're reading him that book, I feel like he's got to be out of the car seat. If you're learning about how jizz come out of the dick, you got to get out of that car seat.
You gotta check the label. I don't know if that's on the label. I know there's weight and height requirements, but I don't remember them. Like, are you still dry firing?
What color? They have a thing where
Is
like
it milky?
it's like a chlorine test for your pool. It's like, hey, what color is your jizz? Okay, out of the car seat. Okay.
How many ropes are we talking?
Oh God, I love that newer term.
Yeah, that's a little yeah, that's belittling, you know? In one hand, you're like, listen, man, you gotta be careful. You could potentially get somebody pregnant right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, Buckaroo, here's a lollipop. Let's
Yeah.
strap you in.
Strap you in,
Ping
bud.
points of contact there, little dude.
Let's strap you in like you're in Top Gun. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go to the Patreon side of the episode, patreon.com/interlude podcast. It's only $4 a month. You get longer podcasts and earlier podcasts. What other stories we got coming up? Let's see. A 9/11 joke was made on Rochester Reddit, and people are upset about that. I feel bad for Ryan Fitzpatrick also. There's something going on with him, and I feel bad for him. Shane, what else we got? They were gonna talk
Uh,
about.
Rochester getting some top honors by another big, huge national blog. Uh, Also some hot Penfield news for you, and I also have some stuff from the Rochester sub.
Noise. All right. Bye,
This
poor
is
people.
just our Rochester, the podcast.
Yeah.
What shouldn't it be our Rochester if they were really setting it up
Mm,
correctly?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
But I'm
but
just a
that
lurker. I got no karma.
all right. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Bye, poor people.